Yo, you know what it is. This is me, Su-Preme. This is the Su-Preme MPA. Yo, I get a lot of emails from y'all guys on Facebook, YouTube, and on my boom baps, and y'all ask questions. One guy said, yo, how do you record longer? Another guy, yo, how do you put samples in this thing? Another guy, yo, how you put a sample on the keyboard? I'm like, well, it's obvious. It's not obvious. It's like, I realized that. It's like, I've been using an MPC, the real MPC, since MPC 60. It's like, from the Lindrum days. I'm like, old school. I'm sorry about that, man. And how many of y'all guys will ever really use an MPC or own one? Probably never. Why? MPC, the physical one, and all of these physical devices, hardware, drum machines, and keyboard, they're going to be out the door soon. Thank you for bringing me in and helping me by hitting us up. We need that. Thank you. Woo! Y'all have made me see the light. I have seen the promised land. So I know what I got to do. I'm going to make some videos showing how to use the MPA from day one, like for beginners, somebody who never even seen an MPC and never even will own one. We made this so that you will never have to own an MPC. That was the whole point. So that's what we're going to do. Beginner video starts now. Let's go. That's why I got my working glasses on this time. Yo, man, and thanks for looking out. Peace. All right, here we go. This is the MPA. It's based on the MPC drum machine, the physical drum machine. All right. So I'm going to show y'all how you're supposed to do this and read the screen and what it is. All right. Right here, this changes your values, all right, when they're selected. You got your pads, you got your mode, do it back, record, overdub, play, keyboard, sampler, and the panic button, all right? So there's how it's read. It's read across when you look at the screen. So right now we got the sequence 00, there's nothing in it, so it's untitled. Then in your sequence, inside of a sequence, you have tracks. Let's go into mode so I can show you what it looks like. All right, so you would hit mode, hit track. All right, so all these buttons here represents what you see in here. So when you hit one of these buttons, you select the value that's over here in this screen. On the MPC, the real MPC, that's how it works. All right, but it got arrow keys and mode and all of that. Same thing. So right now we got the sequence. We hit sequence. Sequence is highlighted. It's 99 sequences. So you can have 99 different sequences. For each sequence, there's tracks. So in each sequence, you got 16 tracks. If you move this, you'll see it counts. Right? It starts at 00. It goes up to 15. You can go backwards or forwards, either way. All right. The next thing is you can name a sequence. When you hit sequence name, you hit, right? You delete that, get that out of here, and you name it. So we're going to name this new space beat. That's it. Get rid of the keyboard. Also, in a sequence, because I get guys, they say, yo, man, how can I record longer? Okay, in the sequence is the default of our app is set at 2 bars. You can make a sequence, you could change the sequence from 2 bars, it can start at 1 bar, all the way up to 8 bars. All right? If the sequence is 8 bars, everything in that sequence is 8 bars. So all your tracks will be 8 bars. So we're going to put it back at 2. The first track we got is 00. Each track got a volume, just like a mixing board. So once you record onto that track, you can turn the volume down. Like if you record a sample on that track and it's loud, you could turn the actual track down. All right. So, you know, if you want to change the volume, you would just hit volume and turn the volume up and down. But we don't have nothing in there, so we don't know right now. We want to give that a name. We're going to name that hi-hat. Right? I'm just going to give 2H. H. hi-hat. All right, let's go to the next part of this. Down at this line here. That line here represents these buttons down here. All right, so beats per minute. That's the tempo, the speed of your sequence, how fast your sequence is going to go. Make it go fast or slow. So right now it's set at 90 beats per minute. That's what BPM stand for. You got to quantize. You can change the quantize. You see it in Fruity Loops and all of that. I'm going to go through that real quick and show you what that means. You got your swing. That gives it, instead of having a robot feel, it gives it a human feel. Then we added roll. You can change the roll to 1/4. Now let me show you what this means. Quantize, 1/4. That means it's 4 notes in 1 bar. Put it simple like that. 4 notes in 1 bar. It's the spacing between the notes. Only 4 notes will play inside of 1 bar. Let's hear how that sounds. Go back. Let's hear how it sounds. Look, this is how it sounds. If you just hold it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like that. But check it out. That's how fast the note can play. If you want your notes to be closer together so you can play more notes and it be faster, this is how 1/8 sound. It's 8 notes in 1 bar. All right? And it gets faster. The faster the quantize is, the faster you can play the beats. You can make those down like that. All right? So let's speed it up. 1/16. Let's just see how it sounds. All right, there you go. Let's do one more because this is the last one. It goes 1/32. That means it's 32 notes in 1 bar. So you can have a lot of boom, 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 boom inside of 1 bar. So you can make the beats even faster. We're gonna turn off roll so that I can use my quantize without the roll. You see, both of them change, but that's for the roll feature. Now I want to put the quantize back to 1/8. I'm going to leave it at 1/8 right now. Let's hit back. Okay, so we went through that. When you first start up your MP, these are the sounds that come with it. All right, so I named track 00 hi-hat because I'm going to record a hi-hat on track 00. So all you got to do is hit record. Now, when you hit record, you're going to hear a click. The click is the metronome. You have to hear the click in order to play the beat to get it on time. So check it out. That's the metronome. I heard some cats, yo, when you going to take the click out? The click got to be there so you can record on time. All right, so we're going to play to the click. All right, so what you got to do, you're going to have to count. It counts you in so you can get on time. So you don't play as soon as you hear the click. You press 2, 3, 4, then play. All right, so you count 4, then play. There you go. I like that. So I'm going to hit do it. When you hit do it, it keeps it. Now, when you hit play, that clicking sound is gone because we needed the clicking sound to get the hi-hats to come in the way I wanted to play it. Look. See? Press play to stop. Now we want to record a snare drum. So we go to mode and we choose a different track. We can record right on top of that track. I'll show you that later. But right now, I want to record a snare drum. I want to keep it simple so you'll understand it so y'all guys can get going and make beats. So I choose track, untitled track. I choose track 1. Let's give it a name. Snare. Sequence 00. That's the new beat sequence. In that sequence, so far, we got 1 track. We're getting ready to record the snare track. I'm going to hit back. Here go the snare. All right. So then I hit record. Okay, it plays. I like it. I'm gonna hit do it. Do it saves it. Now that's done. Let's hit play. Stop it. All right, cool. I want another track. I want my bass drum. Now, before you add your bass drum or any sound, you could just hit play. You can test it out. So you can play with it. All right, so you can play with it, all right? So let's choose another track for our bass drum. All right, I'm gonna give it a name. I'm gonna just name this one drum. All right? So we're gonna record our drum on track 2. So now we got 3 tracks inside of the sequence, the new beat sequence. Here we go. We like that, so you hit do it. All right, it's that simple. Okay, now let's go to the keyboard. Let's check this out. Now, the keyboard comes with sounds. It's already have one sample already in the keyboard. All right, I want to change that sample. So what I got to do is hit mode. I'm going to go to the sample library, right? And I'm going to hit rescan. Just hit it for the first time to make sure all your samples is loaded. Now I'm going to find a sample that I want to use in the keyboard. All these samples came with the MP. I already know the sample I want to use. I want to use a short sample. There's tons of samples that we can use, but I'm going to use this sample here. All right. So I want to use that, but it's not in the MPA yet. It's in my device, right? Samples on device. So I hit use. Now it's the samples in memory. It's inside the MPA now. So I got to find it. It's at the end. It's all the way at the bottom. We did that on purpose so you'll easily find it. Once you load a new sample in, it's at the bottom. So you would just hit the piano and say assign. The pads come up again. But if you read it, it says hit the pad. You can hit the pad. I could put that keyboard sound on the pad or hit key B. The key B, it means keyboard button. All right? So you hit that. Okay, so it brings you back. The reason why it brings you back, in case you want to find other sounds to add on to the pad. This is so you can start assigning samples. You don't want to assign anything else, just hit keyboard one more time. It brings the keyboard back. Now that sample, that piano sample. All right, so we're going to record that. But right now we're on track 02. The drum is on, right? So I'm going to go to track. We're going to select a new track. I'm going to give that a name. And I'm going to name it key. That's it. I'm just going to name it. I'm keeping it simple so we don't have a lot of time. So then I'm going to hit keyboard. Bring my keyboard back. Okay? Now I'm going to hit record. I'm going to hit record and record the keyboard. I can actually play just to get a feel of what I'm going to record. So don't know if that'll work, all right? Because actually it sounds like I'm playing 4 bars, and the beat is 2 bars. We'll go into that later, how to make your beats 4 or 5 bars. We already showed you that, really, but right now this is what I'm gonna record anything. I'm going to hit do it. I'm going to keep that, all right? Because I don't want to get too complicated, because this is for beginners, and, you know, just play around with it. Have fun. We're going to keep that. Now, that piano sounds real loud. So we're going to go back. Remember, I told y'all you can turn the volume of a track down. So all you got to do, because the track is loud, you can hit play first and listen to it. It's loud. Hit play again to stop the beat. Hit track, then turn it down. Use this wheel and turn it down. Now let's try to play it again. All right, so it's low. You want to turn it back up a little, you can. If you like the way it sounds low, leave it. All right. All right, we're going to hit stop. Now, you're not stuck with that sample on the key. You can, now that sample is recorded on the track. Now, we could change the sample inside of the keyboard. All right, so let's go mode. Let's go to library. I want to make sure, I'm going to add a horn in there. Matter of fact, the horn should already be there. But let's just see. I can add whatever I want to add. But I'm going to add a horn. This horn here. Let's get that horn. I'm going to hit use. It's going to be at the bottom. Horn. Assign. Keyboard. Keyboard again. So there you go. I want to record the horn now. So go to track. Choose a new track. Give it a name. I'm going to name this one key, horn. Okay? Hit keyboard. Let's hit play. See, it's key, horn. So now we got 5 tracks in there in one sequence. We could just keep going on until we fill it up, until we have 16 tracks in one sequence. Let's hit play. All right, I don't know what I'm going to play, but I just want to show you that you could just keep on recording with the keyboard, just keep adding more samples. Here we go. There you go. Simple. Now I'm going to hit back. I'm going to hit back. Did you see what happened? I went. I did that. The reason why I didn't record like that, because the beats is only, the quantize is set to 1/8. If I change the quantize, you hit mode, right? Track, change the quantize so that you can play a faster note. You can play the keyboard faster. Let's go back. Now watch what happened. Now I'm going to record. It's at 1/16 now. repeat that. Now that horn sounds loud. Once again, mode, track, volume. We turning that bad boy down. Too loud, horn too loud. Now hit play. If it's still too loud, then do it again. So, back, we was in the keyboard. So now, you know how to make a beat. Okay, that's the end of part one. I don't want to give you too much in one video. All right, but check this out. The one benefit to this is now you'll be able to pick up, if you ever come in contact with a real MPC drum machine, you'll be able to pick it up and use it right away. Trust me. And you'll be able to use a hardware, keyboard, or whatever. It all works the same way, all right? But that's what it is, man. And yo, thank you for supporting, and watch out for the next video in the next few days. Peace!